2 at 11, a forum on race in America hosted by Grammy Award-winning producer singer Pharrell. You will hear what he said to a young girl who'd been bullied by her classmates because she's black.
Plus, we sit down with Charleston mayoral candidate Toby Smith before voters head to the polls tomorrow.
Live with coverage you can count on. This is News 2 at 11.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Carolyn Murray.
It's good to have you here. I'm Brendan Clark.
Well, in approximately 8 hours, Charleston voters will head to the polls to elect their first new mayor in the city of Charleston in 40 years. 6 candidates are vying to become the mayor of Charleston, an office held by Mayor Joe Riley since 1975. You may remember Riley announced his retirement earlier this year. Leon Stavronakis, Jenny Deeren, John Tecklenburg, Toby Smith, William Dudley Gregory, and Maurice Washington are all on the ballot. Tomorrow, voters in Charleston will head to the polls and cast their ballots. Our profile of the candidates continue right now with Toby Smith. What is your plan to relieve the flooding problem?
Well, I think it's 3 pieces. First, it's maintenance. We've got to maintain what we've got. We've got to finish our drainage, and then we've got to go to a controversial place by looking at rising sea levels and climate change. And I know all those words bother some folks, so if we need to call it something else, that's fine. But something is going on, and we've got to take a look at that. The city had a green plan. 2007, a green committee. That plan was presented for information. I think it's time to pull it out now and to look at that and really move forward on that. I also think our resiliency piece needs to be strengthened, obviously, in the wake of that flooding that we recently had. So there are a number of pieces that we need to tackle and tackle fairly quickly. I am encouraged, Carolyn, that given all of that water, there's a new impetus for action. So I think this is a good time to move forward.
Speaking of moving forward, motorists in the city of Charleston generally struggle with moving forward when they are trying to get around town, and I'm talking about traffic congestion. Let's talk about your plans to relieve traffic congestion and to improve the infrastructure in the city of Charleston while maintaining the city's beauty and integrity.
A couple pieces with that. One of the things is we've got to obviously work on roads that already need repair. We've got to finish the pitchfork. I'd love to see us tackle that flyover, which would help a great deal. I have supported completing 526 because I think we need another evacuation route. But while we're waiting, we've got to do other things. So we've got to tackle the bottlenecks that exist. The other piece is I am a big supporter of public transportation. Got to give a shout out to Carter for getting Wi-Fi on the buses. That's a great first step. Our neighbors to the north, Seneca, have electric buses. We need to go get some. Those buses were made right next door in Clemson, and I'm very curious to see if we have electric buses, how many people are really willing to give up their cars. So if we can get some cars off the road, that would ease some of the transportation issues as well. Gabe Klein did a great Peninsula Mobility Report. I want to pick that up as we're a little bit behind in some of the recommendations. And West Ashley, the WA, we're bursting at the seams over there. So I think a mobility study is probably next on the table for them as well.
Now, if you would like to hear my full interview with Toby Smith, you can, in fact, go to our website, counton2.com. As it regards tomorrow's election, the candidates must receive at least 50% of the votes plus 1 to actually be elected mayor of Charleston. If that does not happen, there will, in fact, be a runoff, and that is scheduled for November 17th in Charleston.